live action Avatar The Last Airbender is on the horizon on Netflix, and if you guys have heard me talking about it, or even if you haven't, there's been some. At the beginning, there's been some rumblings of some troubles and some weird things going on with this adaptation to live action. Now, I don't think it would take. I don't know. I don't know if they can make it as bad as the M Night Shyamalan movie adaptation. That was probably the worst movie ever made. Well, ever possibly. If you've seen it, wow, I'm sorry, it's terrible. But when I have sort of been watching this from afar, and I wanted to cover it, and I will be covering it on the channel because it's very near and dear to my heart. My family has myself, my children have sat down and watched all three books of Avatar: The Last Airbender multiple times. Not a huge Korra fan. Book one's okay, but Korra I think undid a lot of good things that were going on in Avatar and in the Avatar world. So I tend to ignore Korra a little bit, but we got comics, we got all kinds of stuff going on in Avatar here. I got a statue of Aang back there. So we love Avatar here in my house. I love Avatar. I know there's this dispute between some people whether it's an anime or a cartoon. It is a Nickelodeon cartoon. I won't blaspheme and call it an anime. It's okay that it's a cartoon, but the good thing about it is, yes, it's silly in some cartoon ways sometimes, but it's actually a very serious show dealing with serious topics. And number one, pretty much, you can overcome anything with your friends. I think is a big point of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's I don't know. It's just overall, it's dramatic. It's fun. It's just a great property, and I'm looking forward to now this adaptation. Now, when we were first hearing about some of the show, we had the original writers of the show leave. We got some weird synopsises about them being in this weird program in school, and it was looking very very bad, right? But then we started getting some trailers, and we're going to check out a trailer here for a little bit, and I want to look at some articles before we wrap it up here, but because there are some things that I wouldn't say trouble brewing, but some things that have been said that they're making some changes, which with all things being said, sometimes changes are good, sometimes changes are necessary, as long as you don't go too far. But for a long time, I've heard this came out. I was initially excited from that little Appa picture of him floating in the air, and then I got the synopsises and like, oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. And then we got some trailers, and I tell you what, I was cautiously optimistic when I saw the first trailer, and now we have this final trailer leading into February 22nd when The Last Airbender comes out. And I have to say, they've turned it around for me right now from the trailers. I've gone from dreading this series to hyped. I'm ready for it. I can't wait. The bending looks good. Let's check out the trailer here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. The bending actually looks pretty good. I can pick out story moments that I recognize. I recognize characters, and most importantly, I think that the casting choices for the most part have been pretty spot on. So let's go ahead and look at the trailer real quick. Let me put my headphones on here so I can hear it, and we'll check this out. And hopefully you guys can join the hype train with me, because I'll tell you what, if you haven't seen The Last Airbender, I know it's a cartoon, and some people like cartoons can't be dramatic, but I'll tell you what, this show puts you through the gambit of emotions. You're happy, you're sad, you're upset, you're mad. It does everything. It's in this fantasy setting. If you like magic and wonder, Avatar is for you. I think it's literally a show, I think, made for everybody, in my opinion. Now I'm obviously a little bit bias because of my relationship with my family with it. We've watched it all the time, but I would say, especially if you like anime, give it a shot. If you like fantasy realms and magic creatures, Appa is the king. Appa is MVP of Team Avatar, by the way. But give it a shot, you know. That's my suggestion. I hope that the show goes as well as it's looking. So let's take a look at the trailer real here. I may pause a few times, but let's get into it.
The Fire Nation is
So I know I'm stopping it immediately, but the Fire Nation ships look great. I love all they're just shitting out clouds, pollution in the atmosphere as they do. Fire Nation is you know, industrial. They are the industrial machine. So let's go.
embarked on a dark path.
The ships looks freaking amazing.
And the world
I have to say, Appa's looking really good too. I think the CGI so far from what we've seen, for me, I think is looking spot on.
might never recover. The world
Now I think I read from another article. I think this is actually a siege of one of the air temples, which it was not in the show, which was not in the cartoon. Which I think is where you add stuff. I've talked about this when I talk about Wheel of Time. If you need to add your own stuff, take events that happened in the world but weren't shown, and that is where you add your flair and your own story bits to it. So this will be interesting to see. Hopefully that's what it is.
needs the Avatar.
The bending looks great. I think that was Sozin. I don't know if that was Sozin or I don't think that was Sozin. See, so I mean that looks great, and we know anybody that's watched the show knows exactly what that is. It was probably a Roku, but so I'm not sure about Azula. Azula is the only one that I'm sort of lukewarm about on the casting. Zuko's grown on me. He actually sounds like Zuko too. I think some of this stuff with them on Appa looks fantastic. The costume looks great. The guy playing Sokka, I think, is going to he could become a star from this. So Sokka is the type of role that it could make a career, I think. Yeah, so we'll see. I think he's fitting into the role. This right here made me laugh because it's straight out of the cartoon. It's great. And I have to go back because the airball was fantastic. I have the statue of Aang on the airball right behind me. I don't know if you can see it back there, but it's right there. Oh, can you see it? You sort of see it right there. Love it.
Right.
Katara's got her necklace. That's good. See, they're paying attention to detail too. Fire Nation. Ira. It's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect. And he actually sounds like Zuko. I love the Fire Nation outfits. Spot on.
It's my destiny.
They didn't shy away from Zuko's scar. Way to go. I love it. I hope that you actually... I would love to see a scene of Ozai and him showing down. I hope they do it. Bending again, I think looks fantastic. Dude, Fire Lord Ozai, man, killing it. He looks fucking... It's amazing. It's perfect.
I don't want the responsibility.
Now, this is a little... I hope this kid can act. I really hope he can. It all rests on him. I am glad they got rid of the stupid little tattoos or the way they had it look in the movie. It's just the airbender tattoos like they should be. Looking good.
You don't have to do this alone.
Appa looks great.
Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
There's Momo, baby. So this is where you start getting into like. So I don't know why I can't remember her name, but just I'm looking at the creature. The creature looks perfect. She looks perfect. If you've seen the show, you know who that is. The freaking. And you know they're going into the Avatar State Forest storyline with this creature, this spirit. It's looking so good. I'm picking out so many things from the show. It's making me so happy. You got the Kyoshi Warriors. There's Suki. Killing it. Suki's awesome as well. That was that? I think that was Ba Sing Se. Was that Ba Sing Se? Yeah, so that's Ba Sing Se, I think. Well, actually, no, that's not. It's Boom. No, it's too early to be Ba Sing Se. That's where Boomy is, right? I forget, but you got the little. I hope we have the little the box ride down the down through the city.
love.
Dude, that is gonna be so good. Oh, the Blue Ninja, I
Avatar,
love it.
And I'm gonna save the world. With my friends.
So there. Hey, look at that. That's Boomy. I love it. That's Jet. There's Jet. I didn't see that the first time. Nice. Very good. So I don't know. I don't know if I could be any more pleased with the trailers they've released for this. I don't know. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It actually I don't know that's where the controversy that came from the show the original writers of the Last Airbender leaving because of creative differences. That was one of the things that sort of put up alarm bells for me when they left. And I'm struggling to figure out why, unless they just didn't want. Maybe they didn't want to retell it like this, like almost like I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to tell a different story. Like I mean, that's what they're doing. They started Avatar Studios. We're supposed to be getting a grown up Aang movie here at some point too, which will be great seeing Team Avatar after the events of The Last Airbender. But I creative differences could be anything, right? But it looks like. I don't know. It looks like they've been pretty faithful to the cartoon, and I would love to know what those creative differences were because, man, it's looking pretty dead on. But I do there, of course, with the hype. Now you have to temper it a little bit because you know what they do. They can hide a lot of stuff with trailers. I'm not saying they're doing that here because I'm gonna take these headphones off because the trailers. I mean, like you could hear me talking about through the trailer. There is lots from the cartoon in it. Hell, there was more in the trailers from the cartoon than there were in the whole of the Wheel of Time show, both seasons. There was more in these few trailers from Avatar: The Last Airbender cartoon than the Wheel of Time got in all the seasons. So. So I don't know. I don't know where the headbutting came from. But I do real quick want to look at. There were a few. Actually, IGN's had a few articles covering this here lately. The first one, Avatar: The Last Airbender producer reveals secrets from the trailer. So it's just basically them going down through the trailer with the producers. It's a pretty good article. That's where I got the info about the burnt forest and about. Here you go about the Southern Air Temple, seeing the siege of the Southern Air Temple, which, like I said, that's where you add stuff. You take events from the original series, and if you want to add stuff to it, you do those events. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now they're talking about some of the stakes and stuff, and there being a few little changes to the tone of it. Well, we can only wait to see what those changes to the tone are. I'm not sure how they can change the tone because really, like I said, you sort of go through the gambit of emotions through this series. There's all kinds of emotions. So I doubt they're making it a comedy. Now there's some comedic things in Avatar. You laugh. It's a dramatic series with some very very grown up implications and grown up things going on. So it's not just a cartoon made for kids, even though kids can enjoy it. The one that I think scares me a little bit more is Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender will change the rules of the Avatar state. So they don't tell you what they've changed. So again, we're just going to have to wait and see what they do. But this is a little bit more concerning to me just because the Avatar state is such a big deal, and the rules are very... very very precise, and they're there for a reason. There are certain ways Aang learns things and learns things not to do because of the Avatar state. So I hope this isn't as big a change as they're making it sound. Maybe it's just a slight change, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But all I can say right now is I am pretty darn excited because everything's looking pretty darn good, and Man, I didn't think I'd be saying. I wasn't saying it months ago. I didn't think I was to be saying it with a month out before it comes out. But I'm very excited for this. I will probably do a rewatch of the whole series just for fun. Maybe I'll do it in Discord if you want. Let me know in the comments if you would like to watch along with me in my Discord, watching through the Avatar: The Last Airbender on from Nickelodeon. Yeah, so thank you. We're going to be covering more The Last Airbender. Please, if you want to see more about The Last Airbender, or if you want to see other things, leave a comment. Please like, share, subscribe this, and yeah, all hail Aang, the Avatar. Can't wait to see it, and I hope it's good, man. Hope it's good. Fool's hope, but there's hope. I hope it's good. We'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.